What's good, Steelers fans? My name is Jack Sperry, and this is Steelers Talk. On today's show, I'm going to be breaking down my top 5 winners now that mandatory minicamp has passed for the Steelers here in 2023. Got some pretty spicy names on here to break down with y'all here in just a second. But first, click that subscribe button and help us win our sub battle this week and help us beat the rest of the teams in the AFC North here at Chat Sports. Right now, the Browns Report has us beat by just 6 subscribers. So if you love the Pittsburgh Steelers, you want to help us win this week's sub battle, click that subscribe button. We got content on here every single day, 100% free. Plus, when the season comes around, we're going to be having live watch parties for all 17 games of the Steelers schedule this year. You're not going to want to miss it. Click that subscribe button to help us beat the Browns Report this week. Now let's get into this list here of minicamp winners. And, of course, I have to include Kenny Pickett here because the kid had a great week. He really, really did. He showed up in the 2-minute drill. He looked sharp. He looked accurate. He was getting through his reads the correct way, and he's continuing to impress, which is something that you definitely want to see from Kenny Pickett as he enters the second season of his young NFL career. He definitely had some things that he needed to clean up over the offseason. Okay, I've detailed those things here on the show numerous times, but it's looking like he is definitely making the proper steps to really solidify himself as the franchise quarterback for your Pittsburgh Steelers moving on into the future. Now, I do want to give a little bit of a warning here heading into the season that I would say you want to temper your expectations for Kenny Pickett in terms of his statistical numbers heading into this season, because Matt Canada has been talking all throughout mandatory minicamp this year about what the offense is going to look like, and he's been talking a bunch about how this team is going to prioritize the run game, which is essentially saying Kenny Pickett is going to have the same role in this year's offense as he did last year when the Steelers really prioritized the run. You know, Kenny Pickett was more seen as somebody as a game manager last year, and he was kind of expected to, perform at the end of games and get teams W's. Okay, get the Steelers W's, and he did that. To his credit, that was definitely working towards the end of the season. And it seems like the Steelers brass is saying, okay, we had a bunch of success towards the end of the season with that formula. That is what we're going towards. But here is the thing. The NFL right now is undeniably a passing league, okay? That's just not a question right now. You look at the teams that perennially have great offenses, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, right? Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. All these teams are passing teams and passing offenses. That's how you create explosiveness in your offenses in the modern NFL. And if you're going to be going towards more of the run game here and prioritizing the run game, then you definitely have to have a great defense. And the good news is that the Steelers definitely have a good defense. The Steelers can have success this year doing this formula. Don't get me wrong, right? I think the Steelers' run game is going to be really good this year with Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren. I think Kenny Pickett will be a really good game manager, and I think the defense will be really, really good. And because of that, I think the Steelers are going to have success this year on both sides of the football. But if you're expecting Kenny Pickett to be like a Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow type here and throw for like 30-plus touchdowns and all these big numbers coming out of Kenny Pickett, I just don't think that that's going to happen. I think that he's going to take his shots periodically against play action. When teams load up the box, they're going to get one-on-one opportunities with George Pickens. And, Pickett will have success this year, but it might not be in the way that some fans are expecting, where he's going to be a bona fide superstar quarterback. I think he's going to be more of a game manager this year. I think he's going to be asked to deliver victories in the fourth quarter, and I think he's going to do just that, and I'm very excited to see what he's going to be able to do in 2023. So what say you guys? Let me know in the comments section. What should the Steelers offense prioritize more? Should they be prioritizing the run and Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren, or should they maybe turn the keys over here to Kenny Pickett and kind of prioritize the pass like some of the other offenses in the NFL? Type R if you think they should prioritize the run, or P if you think they should prioritize the pass. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show, so here's what's going to happen. YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple seconds. Take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. Number 2 on my list of winners here is none other than the offensive tackle, Dan Moore Jr. That is right. Dan has done a really great job this offseason, apparently. He's been one of the most impressive players during OTAs, during minicamps, and he definitely had a great week this week. Mark Kaboly of The Athletic reports that he got every single first-team rep at left tackle during both OTAs and minicamp. There's some conflicting reports right now. Some people reported that Broderick Jones was getting a little bit of work at left tackle with the first-teamers, but according to Kaboly, that did not happen. Moore has been taking every single first-team rep during the offseason program, and right now he is the starting left tackle over rookie Broderick Jones. Now, Dan Moore Jr., I think, is somebody that is probably working his way right now into a starting spot, whether that's the starting left tackle spot or the right tackle spot. I think with the way that he's played during minicamp, Moore is earning himself a starting position on the Steelers offensive line because Mike Tomlin has consistently said the best 5 guys are going to be on the field. Now with Broderick Jones, he has been undeniably a loser during this mandatory minicamp period. Apparently, he's struggling against speed rushers. The pass protection for him on his side of things has just not been very good. Dan Moore has outperformed him in every single one of those categories to this point, and he definitely has a ton to prove come training camp time. If he wants to be the week 1 starter, like we all assumed that he was going to be, he needs to really step up during training camp and take that position from Dan Moore Jr. Mike Tomlin is not going to simply just give him that spot. The Steelers coaching staff has said when he's ready, he will be the starting left tackle. But right now, it certainly seems like Dan Moore Jr. is the better option. And, I think that Jones will start once the coaching staff feels that he is ready. They've said that time and time again. They drafted him in the first round. They traded up to get him. They obviously believe in him. He's got all the tools that you look for. But when it comes to the technical refinement right now, he's a couple of steps behind Dan Moore Jr. And because of that, I wouldn't be shocked if at least just to start the season, Dan Moore Jr. is the starter there on the left side, and then whenever they feel Broderick is ready, maybe they move Moore over to the right side. It's definitely going to be an interesting situation to see how the Steelers approach this, but I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on Broderick Jones as someone that definitely needs a lot to prove here during training camp this season. All right, I'm going to be giving away my other winners here for minicamp for the Pittsburgh Steelers here in just a second. But hey, it's summer. It's time to get some nice T-shirts in your closet, kind of revamp your wardrobe, and you can get 2 really awesome black and gold Pittsburgh Steelers T-shirts here on the Chat Sports website. We got that awesome black one. And then also, because it's summer, long sleeve T-shirts, if they're really colorized, like if you have a black long sleeve, that just doesn't work for summer, but a white long sleeve works a lot better. So I think this is a great combo for the summer here. If you need some more black and gold in your wardrobe, go to chatsports.com/Steelers combo. Right now, these are on sale for Father's Day, just $29.99 for the pair of these. Okay, so I think that's a fantastic deal. It's only going to be available until Sunday, so make sure you take advantage of that deal right now by going to chatsports.com/Steelers combo. Now, number 3 on my list of minicamp winners here, and I'm very excited about this one because I've been a little bit worried lately, but Darnell Washington was the star, apparently, of Steelers minicamp this week. He scored 3 touchdowns in the red zone period just yesterday on Thursday. 3 touchdowns for Darnell Washington. He has really been showing out as a receiver as well as a blocker this week. There was reports coming out that he was having a tough time kind of grasping the playbook, all these different things. But with Pat Freiermuth right now dealing with a minor injury, Darnell Washington got a lot of first-team reps, and he really, really impressed this week. He was definitely the star in terms of, showing off the blocking ability and the receiving ability. And this is what I'm going to have to say about Darnell Washington, man. If he keeps it going here, if he does what he needs to do, and he is a great blocker, and he brings that receiving talent to the field during the regular season, watch out, because this Steelers offense is going to be straight up dangerous with a dual threat tight end like Darnell Washington has the capability of being. He was the star this week. He's definitely going to be heading into training camp with a lot of confidence. And given kind of his slow start, I'm super happy to see Darnell finally kind of get his feet wet here and get into a position where his teammates and his coaches are really confident in him. That's really great to see. So show some love to Darnell Washington right now. And if you believe in this kid's future like I do, go ahead and click that thumbs up icon and like today's video. It's a free and easy way to help out the channel, guys. It tells the YouTube algorithm push this video out to more Steelers fans like yourself. Really do appreciate all the support. So if you want to support the channel today, make sure to click that thumbs up icon. All right, number 4 on my list of minicamp winners, Elijah Riley, the converted safety to cornerback. He's been playing slot corner for the Steelers during OTAs and mandatory minicamp. We've been talking about him on the show a little bit, saying that he's been flashing. He had a pick 6, I believe, last week during OTAs, not during minicamp. But right now, he had another good week, okay, during minicamp this week, where now he is competing for the starting slot cornerback spot with Chandon Sullivan. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are claiming that it's kind of a race between 3 guys, Chandon Sullivan, Elijah Riley, and Duke Dawson. But I just don't really see Duke Dawson truly being in this race. I think Chandon Sullivan and Elijah Riley are kind of the front runners in that race to be the starting slot corner this year. And I also think Patrick Peterson is going to play quite a bit in the slot this year as well as a nickel star, because he's been talking about how he wants to do that, and Mike Tomlin wants to move him around in the defense. But when it comes to that slot corner spot, Elijah Riley is somebody that, he's done a pretty good job of playing in the slot in his career. He used to play in the slot in college. He's a really good blitzer off the edge as a slot corner, which is something that, of course, we know with Mike Hilton, the Steelers used to love to do. The same thing with Arthur Maulet. Mike Tomlin loves the slot corner blitz, and Elijah Riley is apparently really, really good at that. It's a big strength of his game, and he's competing with Chandon Sullivan right now for that starting cornerback spot. And truly, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up getting that nod week 1 versus the San Francisco 49ers. And finally, here on my list of top 5 Steelers minicamp winners, none other than the undrafted rookie running back, Alfonzo Graham, who's kind of turning into this year's version of Jaylen Warren. Of course, Jaylen Warren last year was an undrafted free agent, really came on in OTAs and minicamp and training camp, earned himself that running back 2 spot behind Najee Harris. And now this year, Alfonzo Graham, it seems like every single day I'm hearing about a new story about Graham just making another splash play in practice, how he's impressing his coaching, how he's getting better every single day. And he's somebody that I'm super excited to see play in those preseason games, because he's going to get a lot of action, because I think Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren, you're going to want to keep those guys fresh. You're probably not going to play those guys a ton in the preseason, so I think Alfonzo Graham is going to get a ton of work, and I'm super excited to see what he does, because I just hear good thing after good thing after good thing with this kid, and I think he's going to win that running back 3 spot come the start of the season. I think he's going to make the roster, and I think he's going to be that backup running back to go behind Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren heading into 2023. So now sound off down in the comments section and let me know. Now that we're outside of the offseason program, we're heading into training camp here in a couple of weeks, which player has the most to prove during that time? Now, let me know what you guys think down in the comments section, but for me personally, my answer is Broderick Jones, right? He's the first-round pick. He's expected to play pretty much right away. And right now, he hasn't taken a single snap, apparently, according to Mark Caboli, with the first-team offense at left tackle. I mean, he's going to have to make some serious strides over the next couple of weeks, leading up and then during training camp to really earn that left tackle spot. Mike Tomlin is not making it easy on the rookie, and he needs to get better as a pass protector if the Steelers can trust him to protect Kenny Pickett's blind side. So he has a ton to prove as the guy that the Steelers traded up for. I'm super excited about his future. He's got all the tools that you look for in a franchise left tackle. Now he needs to put that together and prove that he is the guy that should be anchoring the left side of the Steelers offensive line. That's going to be it for today's show, Steelers Nation. I really do appreciate all the real ones that made it to the end of the show. Make sure you click that subscribe button to help us beat the Browns report in this week's sub battle, of course, in the AFC North, and then also turn on your notifications so you never miss any of our free content here on YouTube.